Well, I think that is as tight as I can get that. Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna make it to Dodge City, Kansas tonight. Hopefully. This is a flexible arm. There we go. Perfect. The top of the phone grip has to touch the windshield, or else it will move a lot more over the bumps. If it's touching the windshield, it kind of stays in place. Oh, oops, almost went to the frontage road, but hey, I paid attention enough this time. These are tight ramps in Missouri. They are really right up on the overpasses. All right, let's roll through Kansas City and Missouri. Oh, maybe. Bet this would be very pretty in May when all the blossoms come out. Well, we got good blossoms where I live, but there's just not that many trees. Can you imagine going through like some of this forest we've been through when it's more jam-packed with white and pink blossoms? water tower up ahead. Oak Grove, Missouri, 16 miles. A little campground at the north end of Washington County with that name. The truck behind me had a good bounce on that. Oh, the way station's closed today. So was the other one. Do they routinely not open on Sundays anymore? I remember going through those in California and thinking that they had cameras. And I remember trying to hide, you know, because I mean it was my dad's company's policy that there weren't supposed to be kids in his truck. But it didn't occur to me that the DOT's not going to know that or not going to care. But yeah, I had some fun journeys back in the day on my dad's truck. My gosh. He needs to get that pickup in a garage. That wheel is wobbling so bad. That's obviously that's got to be making a rough ride for him. But how can you drive it like that? That is definitely not good. License plate says antique. Oh, they're from Michigan. Must be antique dealers looking for stuff to take back to their store. Oh, Jackson County, Missouri. lot of Mormon, good and bad Mormon history here in this area. Mostly bad, but Grain Valley. Technically, all of these valleys are Grain Valley, really, if you think about it. Bridge construction, winter 2023. I remember there was, in Utah, before Governor Herbert was elected and got the roads in Utah much smoother, there was a road that was so bad that one year they just stuck a sign that, like a black and white ordinance sign, and it said smoother road coming summer 2005, and I think that was 2004. They did a major reconstruction on that. Like, they didn't just repave it, they like rebuilt the road bed and everything, so that section stayed smooth for, well, it never did get bumpy again. They resurfaced it a couple times since '05, but it never really got like that bad. But it was the original concrete when they first built the interstate, but it fell apart. Like, there's still sections that have concrete that is from the original build construction, but they made it so well that it lasted 50 years. But that concrete, it wasn't just roughing, like getting rough to where you could diamond grind it. Like, almost all of the slabs were like breaking in half, and it was brutal because it was just not built with enough rebar. And I've seen some bad concrete roads around this country on truck streams, but I don't think I've ever seen a concrete road. Well, Michigan might have a concrete road as bad as that got. But yeah, I don't watch truck streams through Michigan. They don't go up to Michigan very often. Or at least Big Rig Steve doesn't. Ernie and the Rough Riders, he goes up to Michigan a lot. Lake Lotawana and Blue Springs. Highway 7, I believe that goes all the way down to Springfield. Downtown, 16 minutes. We're in the greater Kansas City area. Ooh, some good colors right there. Oh, we're coming to Independence, Missouri. Next 6 exits. So Independence, then Kansas City. This little bump right there. Big flag on the back of that ambulance. Painted flag, not like an actual one. Liberty, Missouri. Sad bit of history. Joseph Smith was imprisoned in the jail in Liberty City. And they hated him so bad they didn't even give him the regular jail cell. They stuck him under a trap door in the crawl space under the jail. I think it was like maybe all of 3, maybe 4 feet high. Then he was let out for a while, and then he went to the Carthage jail. And the jailer there actually had some pity on him, and instead of making him stay in the actual jail cell, they let Joseph Smith have an actual guest room inside that mansion. But word got out to the mob where he was, and shot him through the windows when he was in that guest room. So if he would have been in the jail cell, which was, because I've been there, and the jail cell was a big stone wall, he would have actually been protected in the jail cell rather than being, having a little bit of luxury granted to him. But yeah, it was in the Carthage jailer's heart not to make him suffer, unlike the jailer at Liberty, who didn't care how miserable poor Joseph was. Columbia College. Stadium traffic. Oh snap, Kansas City Chiefs are playing a football game tonight? Is that what this traffic's about? Hopefully once we cross the river and into Kansas, we'll be out of this mess. Stadium traffic, use right lane. Okay. Blue Ridge Cutoff. Ooh, didn't know there was a little area. Obviously, probably not comparable to the famous Blue Ridge, North Carolina region. There's the road to Des Moines. I understand why there's not a direct interstate from Des Moines to St. Louis. They're not that far. The way you got to change highways and back roads, it's a 4-hour drive from St. Louis. And my dad would know because many years ago he was supposed to fly into Des Moines, and because of the bad weather, they made the plane land in St. Louis. And he had to wait 4 hours for his parents to come from Des Moines to St. Louis to pick him up, and had to take a 4-hour drive, well, 5.5 hours from St. Louis to where they lived in northwest Iowa. It was about 90 minutes from his house, from his childhood home to Des Moines. Yeah, I miss Iowa very much. There's a reason. As much as I miss Iowa and as badly as I want to see it, there's a reason why I intentionally didn't go through Iowa. Is because if I go to Iowa, I'm not going to be home until November for the 1st. But I will be going to Iowa soon. I gotta try to work 6 days a week if I can and rack up some money so that I can afford to take another week or so off, and we'll go to Iowa before Christmas. Oh, my cruise is off. No wonder I'm slowing down because my cruise is off. Yeah, I can put it on for now. Obviously, I'm not going to use cruise control when the traffic's thick because that's a fast way to rear-end somebody. Jackson Avenue. No, is this square of 4 different freeways that all wrap around downtown area. They call it they nickname it the Kansas City Speedway. And I want the south leg 670 because that's going to go under the Kansas City Convention Center, which is a nice scenic treat, but also because if you follow signs 470, that takes you to the north leg of it, but that's kind of a roundabout way because you're pointed towards the south leg, and when you cross over into Kansas City, Kansas, you make this hard, sharp left turn, and if you are coming eastbound through Kansas, you're looking at the south leg, so it's a little more inconvenient to intentionally follow 70, so we're looking for that sign for 670 so we can see the convention center and take a shortcut. Woohoo! .670 left lane, okay. Oh yeah, and the whole entire loop, even though it's 4 legs, everything is exit 2, and I think it goes all the way up to exit 2W. And there's like ramps every quarter mile. Wow, look at that heap on the left lane. I think it goes all the way up to 2W, and that's the highest suffix for an exit anywhere in America. But looks like we're looking for exit 2L. And these curves are something else, like, dang. This is not becoming of an interstate highway. Wonder how often trucks tip over from going too fast. Obviously you can see a lot of brake marks. Look at all the old skyscrapers. .70 to the right and 670 to the left. Tube Q and Tube P. Now I got to pay attention again so that I don't take the wrong ramp to I-35. We want to continue on 670 back to 70. So where's that going to take us? Guy was going from the left to the lane behind me, and I had to speed up to give him some room. Alright, here it is. Here's the Kansas City Tunnel. Wyoming Street and Genesee Street. 670 West, Topeka. Alright, crossing over the Missouri River. Oh, a lot of cool buildings just off camera to the right. Some of them look like they're derelict. Ooh. That guy was going fast. And welcome to the Sunflower State. Although I don't know if there's any sunflowers that haven't been harvested. They harvest them at the end of September. And if they're planted late enough and if it's warm enough, you can get them into October. But I don't think you can get them this far into October. But that's why I came this way. I was crossing my fingers that maybe we'd see a sunflower field or two somewhere. But even if we don't, we're going to go this way anyway. We could have taken I-80 through Nebraska and 76 to Denver and over the Rockies, but I've got so much stuff in my car. Hey, there's the Kansas sign. I didn't want to go over the Rockies with this much rate, especially if I go to Iowa later. I'll go over the Rockies when I have an empty car, but I've only been through New Mexico just once in my life. Well, twice in my life. One was the big truck trip when I was 4 years old, but in my adult life, I've been to New Mexico only one time. Time in my life. I looked and I was clear. That happens sometimes. I look over my shoulder to check traffic, and for some reason my wheel wants to follow where I'm looking unintentionally. I always used to get Topeka and Wichita confused, but I don't anymore. I just use a mnemonic device. If you want to know which one's which, just remember that Topeka, spelled T-O-P, I-K-A? Anyway, Topeka is on top, and Wichita is down below. We're on the Kansas Turnpike. And we will have to pay at some point. We're going to have to pay a toll. But they put the toll just beyond the city. Nice fresh asphalt. Kansas is another state that will keep their roads very, very smooth. Even the 2-lane back roads are kept very, very smooth. Kansas does have a lot of concrete though. Well, they're not really using newer concrete, but from Topeka to Salina is concrete. So it's a good thing I got coffee, because smooth roads make me sleepy. If you're wondering, do I love bumps or do I hate bumps? Well, both. It's a toxic romance. Because if the roads are excessively smooth for too long, I am bored and I'm getting tired. And I don't mind moderate bumps because I like the feeling. I just don't like it when the bumps are really severe, because beyond a certain point they're unhealthy for the suspension system of your car, and it means that the state's not doing their due diligence in funding the roads. So I'm happy on a moderately bumpy road, and especially when there's a bit of a bounce to them. But when the road is really damaged, or when you have like just these wide open potholes, that ticks me off, because it means that the state's not doing their job to keep the roads maintained. So I both love and hate bumpy roads. It just depends on, if it's severe or if it's moderate. Suppose I could bump up to 75. I haven't seen a speed limit sign one time since I crossed that river. I want to say that I-70 is rated for 75 miles an hour, at least in the rural zones. Which will be nice because you don't have 75 in the east half of the country. There's just too much traffic for it. Another car from New Jersey. Wonder how far he'll go on his vacation. Okay, 70 here, but I'm not going to get pulled over at 75 when you got guys over there doing 80. But Kansas cops do not mess around. Oh, now see that guy, he's risking it. If there's cops out on this highway, they will pull him over. And that truck too. They will definitely pull him over for going that fast if he's clocked on a radar. You do not want to piss off a Kansas cop. They will do what they're, unless he's got a really big heart. Which some do, but a lot don't. But they'll really come down on you in Kansas. No outlaws in Kansas. In fact, there's laws on the Kansas books about what condition your vehicle has to be in, and if you get pulled over and your vehicle is found to be in violation of those laws, they impound your vehicle, and you must have your vehicle towed out of the state of Kansas. And yes, believe me, it is many hundreds of dollars to do that. You got to pay the cops for their impounding fee because you've inconvenienced them, and then you got to pay your tow truck driver however much he's going to charge to haul your vehicle hundreds of miles to back home. So you do not want to have an out of compliance vehicle in Kansas. I've only been through Kansas one time in my whole life. So it was my second time seeing Kansas too. Woohoo! And the Flint Hills is kind of a pretty area. Like Missouri, it's really hilly, but they keep the interstate flatter. So there's some rock walls where they cut down through the bedrock to keep the road flatter. There were rock walls in Missouri too. I noticed they were very nice. But I like it when the interstate cuts through the bedrock because you get to see what type of minerals are under the grass. And in Kentucky especially, their rock cuts are really pretty because you see these really outstanding streaks of copper and iron and iron I think, but there's some like really dark reddish brown colorations in the cut rock through Kentucky. Yeah, I'm very glad I stopped in Ohio, but it would have been nice to go through Kentucky for the first time. I-64 in particular has one of the deepest rock cuts I've ever seen because there's basically this gorge. I forgot the name of the river, but it's down in this really, really deep gorge. And in order to not make an extremely long bridge extremely high up, they bring the interstate down into this gorge, but because it's so steep, they have to cut through the rocks on both sides of the gorge in order to have a reasonably safe grade down and back up. Well, hello, there's a clock. Oh, Kansas Speedway is over here. Let's see, past Pocono Speedway. Did we pass another speedway or not? Well, yeah, we would have passed Indianapolis, but I don't remember seeing signs for it. And oh, and I was talking about Martinsville, but that was down in Virginia. We just passed a town named Martinsville. There's a road course somewhere in Ohio, in the middle of Ohio. All right. Kansas and Oklahoma both maintain continuous Jersey barriers on their turnpikes. I don't know why the toll roads don't have open medians, but they don't for some reason. So we're on the turnpike officially now. We're just waiting to pay for it. Apparently Kansas gives away the wireless transponders for free. You don't have to pay to get a little K-tag radio, but since we're going through it one time only, I figured it wasn't worth the effort to hunt down the DMV in order to get a K-tag in the car. Last free exit, 224. Okay, so this is going to be our toll booth. And we got to pay attention because since we don't have K-tag, we have to use the correct lane to where I can put my debit card out the window. Otherwise, they're going to take a picture of my license plate and send me the bill to my house, which I do not want that. I don't know if that would be the same price or not, but I don't want to get a bill in the mail and have to pay on my computer. I would just rather swipe my debit card through my window. I think it's going to be like, what, $2 or $3, I think, to use the turnpike? Boy, this is pretty. Shiny yellow leaves just flapping in the breeze. Man, I hope there's some sunflowers that haven't been plowed yet. I don't know though. This late into October is really pushing it. Really not supposed to let them go too much beyond the 1st of October. Leavenworth. Yeah, if you're in the military and you commit crimes under the jurisdiction of the military, that is where you get locked up. You do not want to be in Fort Leavenworth. It's not abusive. It's not like a bad place, but it's just very, very constricted and just very boring, you know. I mean, prison is a punishment, obviously. Ooh, there's a lot of pine trees over there. Okay, toll plaza's coming up. Cash vehicles keep right. Now see, in 2024, they want to go cashless. I hope they'll still allow you to use a physical debit and credit cards, but if they don't even allow cards, I may have no choice but to find a K-tag somewhere if I come through here in the future. Cash vehicles take ticket. I wonder if these toll roads are exclusive to K-tag or if they can also take Easy Pass. Because most states have an Easy Pass, and that's good in like many states that have toll roads. It's good through Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, some of the northeastern states. Now, why would you use this lane if you do have a K-tag? KTA, Kansas Transit Authority? I don't know. So I guess the purpose of the ticket is so that they can charge you based on the mileage. So if you like, say for instance, you take the next exit up here, you know, you're gonna have like what, 50 cents to pay, you know? you go all the way to the end, they're going to charge you the maximum amount, you know, $3 or $4, however much that might be. So the Kansas Turnpike, as far as 70 is concerned, that ends in Topeka, and then the remaining portion of the turnpike goes to Wichita. Manhattan, Kansas, 94 miles. Well, that's cool. I have a feeling there's no skyscrapers in Manhattan, Kansas. Tonganoxie. How many miles it is to Topeka? Oh, 75 miles an hour. Okay, 30 miles. And 8 to Lawrence. Oz Museum, cool. Although where Dorothy was from was like way down in the south. Some like Liberal, Kansas, or one of those nearby towns. Are we gonna go through Liberal or not? I can't remember, because there's US 54 and there's US 56, and we're taking 56 from Salina to Dodge City and down to I-25 in New Mexico. We may or may not spend the night in New Mexico, or we may stop in Dodge City. It's 3:17 currently, so we might make it to New Mexico. they have they have one common rest area between both sides of the interstate. It's one plaza with a parking lot on each side of it. And it's not just the turnpike, the free sections of I-70 have that as well, up to Salina, but then I think west of Salina they go back to being individually on the right. Oh, and they got Love's Fuel there. Wow. I was not expecting Love's to be part of the plaza. That's cool. The Indiana travel plazas on the Indiana Turnpike, they use Sunoco. And Northern Illinois, they're famous for their big plazas that are over the interstate. There used to be 5 of them in the area. 2 of them are demolished now, and there's only 3 left. Actually, no, I'm wrong. No, there were 7 of them, and now there's 5 or 4. I don't know. But yes, one of them. I think most of the ones that they've torn down was just because they constricted the freeway to a certain dimensions, and with the traffic demand it wasn't feasible to keep them that narrow anymore, and they had to demolish those overhead travel plazas in order to expand the freeway, and so now only half of them are left. Someday there won't be any more of them, and the ones that are left kind of went to crap anyway. From what I understand, they're just not like they were in the old days, but they were so cool that families would make day trips just to go see them, just to drive, get on the interstate or wherever they were and drive 20 or 30 miles and then go look at the gift shop and go have some lunch and watch traffic while you eat and then go home and just, that was your lunch outing. So it wasn't just for the travelers. The locals enjoyed them too, but now I guess they're not worth it to the locals. But my favorite overhead, now it's not all wide open with a glass wall, you just got to look through 2 little windows, but have you ever been through Nebraska, and in Kearney there's art? Well, it starts all the geology of the area, and then it goes into the Native Americans history, and then it goes 20th century. And when you get to this 50s diner, that's where you can look out the 2 windows, and there's a working radar, and you can see how fast every car is going. You can see who's speeding. But with those 2 little square windows, you kind of got to take turns looking out them. You can't just sit there at your table and watch, because other than that, the whole thing's a solid wall on both sides. But I've done that once before, and I'd like to do that again. Go see that Pioneer Museum. And if you go stop at that Kearney Arch, you might as well drive 15 miles south and go see the Pioneer History Village in Minden. They have, I think, over a dozen buildings. There's like 2 or 3 buildings with automobiles, like just hundreds of vintage cars, all the way from the early invention of cars up through the 60s. And there's a chapel, and there's like a Pony Express station, a couple other historic buildings, and all kinds of collections, like literally museums within museums of just hundreds or even thousands of a certain type of object just collected together. That is just something else, that Pioneer Village in Minden. As for museums in Kansas, I'm not too sure what I would do here in Kansas. I'd have to get on and look at some websites. Kansas River, right down below us. and a railroad going alongside it. Real nice down there. Water's a bit green looking. Baker University. $560 miles to Denver. That is one of the longest mileage signs you'll ever see on any highway. But once you pass Topeka, it's just small towns from Topeka to Denver. So why not? What else are they going to put up there? Compton. Huh. Oh, Territorial Capital and Constitution Hall. Next exit 15 miles. Yeah, no, if you miss your exit out here, you're looking at that situation is a capital B, because you got to go all the way 15 miles out and back the other way, and there's no U-turn median. 75 degrees outside currently. Warmest it's been all day. 16 miles to Topeka, 129 to Salina. Oh, and we have a Salina in Utah that's also on I-70. So on one interstate you can drive from Salina to Salina, Kansas to Utah. Well, we've come 400 miles since Effingham, Illinois this morning. 401 technically, but yeah. Topeka service area, Love's and McDonald's. Oh, this is two separate plazas connected with an overpass. Oh, they got a Godfather's Pizza here. Already had pizza though. And Shawnee County. I knew a woman in college, her name was Shawnee. I don't know if it was spelled the same though, but it was a nice, pretty name. Oh, no, it's only one plaza, but they had to put up a bridge for the eastbound to go across to the other side to get to it. So this is the end of the east leg of the turnpike. Exit left to go down the south leg. As for us, we're exiting the turnpike, and I guess we feed our ticket into the machine and it's going to tell us what we owe. So when they go to cashless, are they going to not allow cards either? Like it has to either be 100% K-tag transponder or you get your toll in the mail? And for those who do get the toll in the mail, is there an upcharge for it or is it the same price? Oh, I think I went the wrong way and corrected. Oh, he's from Texas. Got ahead of us. I wonder what happens when these toll booth workers have to go. Do they... Oh, there's a little building off the road. Maybe there's one in there.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing good. Question. When they go cashless next year, will you not be able to pay with cards either?
Say it again.
When they go to cashless, will you not be able to pay with debit cards either?
So cashless means they're going to read the plates.
Okay, so if you don't have K-Tag, you got to get your bill in the mail.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, and the toll that we paid was $4. Okay. That ain't too bad. I was guessing it would be somewhere between $3 and $4, so... And I'm gonna try to find a restroom somewhere, because this is gonna be slim pickings for restrooms out here. Could have used that service plaza, but I didn't know I had to go. Obviously, since I don't know how long I can hold it for, I guess I gotta just find the restroom as quickly as I can find them. Valley Falls. Cool. Nope. Wait for this traffic to pass. Farther. Topeka city limit. Welcome to Topeka. No, there's no gas station at this exit either. McDonald's. Okay. Okay, we will use a McDonald's restaurant. Oh, we're getting off at California Avenue. Boy, this is beat up. This intersection in front of me. And again, we really need a traffic light here. Okay, I see that Phillips 66. Okay, well, there you go. That took longer than I expected, but I figured I better cover both outlets while I was here, and I did, so now we can roll. There we go. Alright, let's roll through Topeka and beyond and see where we get to. So it's going to be so rural out here that we might lose signal somewhere, especially on the back roads. It's a good possibility we'll lose signal for broadcast. If there's some scenery worth recording, like maybe some interesting with farmsteads and old barns and crops, we may do a hard recording to upload it at home. Oh, we got construction up here. That's common for Kansas. They don't like Nevada and a couple other states with lots of money to spend. Kansas does not repave the road because it's bumpy. They repave the road to prevent it from becoming bumpy. Oh, shoot, I'm already going over. Oh. We gotta lose our lane here. Oh, look, it's the Kansas State Capitol building. Come to think of it, I don't remember seeing the Indiana Capitol building in Indianapolis, and I don't remember seeing the Capitol building in Columbus, Ohio. I'm not sure where they were at. I don't know why there's only one lane through here. Like, that's not good, you know? There's only one lane on the other side, too. Well, I guess they're working on the other. Okay. I think they're working on the other half of the road. This always has been 4 lanes through Topeka. I don't know why I-70 always had 4 lanes through Topeka. I guess it's just a smaller city. Oh, did that church show up before we passed it? Beautiful, twin spires, but I don't know if we caught that or not. So yeah, Kansas has got to, if nothing else, finish this and open it to at least have 4 lanes, because that's bizarre to be on a 2-lane interstate. Okay, finally we got, finally we're back on a technical interstate. I-93 through northern Vermont goes through a national park, but that is so rural that it's okay that that's 2 lanes. It is. It's what you call a Super 2. It still has on and off ramps, but there's a 2-lane road with a Jersey barrier, so you can't pass through that national park. It's the only Super 2 on the interstate system anywhere in America. A few states have state or federal highway Super 2s, but even off the interstate, it's pretty rare. For a state capital, Topeka is very small. I don't know that it's even half the population of Wichita. So I wonder how Topeka got made the capital and not Wichita. Because Wichita is huge. Like, you've got like 6, maybe 8 lanes through Wichita on I-35. Washburn University. Highway 75, that'll take you to Lincoln. Nebraska. They say Reno, Nevada is the smallest big city in the world. I disagree. I think Topeka's quite a bit smaller than Reno. Topeka's like a little baby city. Okay, slow it down. Gosh, I would not want to be pulled over by a Kansas trooper for speeding. I mean, I wouldn't anywhere else, because no matter what, I'm going to have to get a ticket in the mail and then hop online and cough up a card number, but I feel like a speeding fine in Kansas would be particularly high. For this guy to speed up long enough. Oh, nice girder design. I like how different states put different designs on their infrastructure, especially some of the old stuff when they were first building the interstates in the 60s and they were coming off the mid-century modern era. Tell you what, the ones I'd like to see are all of the really massive interchanges in Texas. And let the long stretch of concrete begin. Concrete for miles. But then surprisingly, you get west of Salina and it's all asphalt, like asphalt all the way to Colorado. And then you get into Colorado and I think 3/4 of that stretch from Kansas line to Denver is concrete, but Colorado concrete is messed up on 70 and 76. It is some bad concrete, especially on 76. It is just an absolute washboard because again, that two different sections on 76 for 30 miles stretch in both sections are original to the 60s or early 70s construction. And it is an example of what concrete becomes when it's too worn out. But this stretch of concrete is good. Oh, another long stretch of concrete. Well, it's not continuous yet because they haven't finished it all, but the west half of Nebraska, one section at a time, they've been converting I-80 to concrete in from what is it? North Platte to the Wyoming line. They've worked on converting that to smooth, fresh concrete, but they haven't finished it. There's some asphalt between North Platte and Pine Bluff, Wyoming. Someday Kansas will have to get out and fix this concrete up. It's not bad, but it's not the smoothest either. Mission Creek. Cool. They stuck this asphalt on top of the concrete. I can tell when there's cement under asphalt, unless the asphalt is really fresh, but it's only a matter of time before evidence of the concealed concrete becomes apparent. There's a section in Wyoming with concrete under asphalt, and the asphalt kind of cracked and made a gap, and it was so noisy that they had to put signs that say rough road, because people would pull over thinking, oh crap, something just happened to the tires, something's wrong. No, your tires are fine. It's just a crummy road with old asphalt on old concrete. That is between Green River and Rock Springs. Then they quieted it down by putting like just these really thick beads of tar over it, but it didn't help much. They should go back and diamond grind it and just leave it fresh concrete where they grinded it. Cornfield down there. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna get sunflowers or if they're all gone. I would love to see the sunflowers though. Back in St. George, there's some natural areas where a different type of a yellow flower, they're smaller yellow flowers with dark brown center, but they're not like true sunflowers. They look like little miniature sunflowers, but like the big ones that they grow in Kansas, I mean, these things are like the middle section alone can be almost as big as the palm of your hand, and then the petals can be like longer from side to side than your thumb to your pinky. It's like big sunflowers all together are like about 8 to 9 inches in diameter. They're really a big boy of the flower kingdom. I like how Kansas uses a Ranch Road. In Utah, there used to be several places on I-15 that were just said ranch exit. That's all that was there. It was just an access road from the interstate onto private ranches. But all the roads got named, and so now you don't see ranch exits on I-15 anymore. But there's a couple up on Interstate 84 that are left. Maple Hill. That's rough. Oh! You missed a spot, Kansas. You got good roads, but you missed a spot. all those little red shrubs. I think I enjoy those even more than the trees, because the trees are expected, but those are kind of a surprise, you know. Coming into the Flint Hills area. For about the next hour or so. The west end is very, very flat, but this area through here has some good contouring. The state that's really, really flat, like consistently flat, is Nebraska. But that's because the majority of I-80 is along the Platte River. But that's a pretty stretch though, because you can look off to the side and you can see the water. And you have these nice fields of grass with trees dotted here and there, and sometimes wildflowers grow, and on a sunny day you can see the reflection in the water, because the Platte River water is like really smooth. Snokomo Road. There's another fun one to say. Oh. Taxico. Another interesting name out here. Mill Creek Antiques. 79 miles to Salina. Oh, McFarland, Kansas. Well, that's who my dad went out to visit all the way in Virginia, was his friend Sam McFarland. So that's cool. That's cool that we got to see that name on the highway. And the Kansas Way station is closed. Wamigo. Ooh, these names are fun. I mean, Utah's got its own quirky, unique names you won't find anywhere else, but Kansas is definitely competing. Wamigo or Wamago? Wamago sounds better than Wamigo. Wamigo. Here's where your rock cuts start. Wabansi. Huh. There again, another name I may have mispronounced, but I don't know. I don't study Kansas lingo. Of course, in a lot of states, a lot of the unusual sounding town names are derivatives of the languages that the Native American tribes spoke in the area. tall grass road. Very apropos. Riley County. Ooh. Diamond grinded concrete. It's like driving on glass. The only thing though is that if you diamond grind old concrete with old rebar, you're kind of wasting the effort, because once that rebar breaks, it doesn't matter that you diamond grinded it. The slabs are going to move around on you. What really you're supposed to do is you're supposed to cut the little holes in, weld the rebar back together, fill the holes, and then diamond grind it. Because I-55 in Arkansas had a 6-mile stretch like that. That road was just an absolute washboard. And then I came through a while later after having not seen it on Big Rick Steve's drive cam, and they had diamond grinded it, but they never connected the blocks together. And so it went from being a consistent washboard to an intermittent washboard, because they made it smoother, but it was temporary because those old blocks are moving around on you. And in that condition, you can't put asphalt down on that, or it'll just ruin your asphalt. So that stretch needs to be properly cut out and rebuilt, like new roadbed and new rebar and new concrete entirely. There again, that was a 6-mile surviving stretch of original concrete from the 60s. Arkansas used to have a lot of that, but they replaced the overwhelming majority of it. But for some reason, that little stretch on 55 survived. But yeah, my dad was a truck driver, and he said in the 90s, roads in Arkansas were hell, because it was just, the whole state was just that constant bam, 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 and cracked slabs, and 30 and 40 were terrible, but they got that a lot better now. Arkansas's not too bad of a state to drive through now. And the west half of I-40 from Little Rock to eastern Oklahoma is a real pretty stretch through the Ozarks. And now they got I-49 from Texarkana to Fort Smith. Well, no, from I-40 to Fort Smith. From Texarkana north, it's still 2-lane roads. Someday it'll be 49 all the way from New Orleans to St. Louis. But there's some stretches in Arkansas it's going to take a good 1 to 2 decades to get that built. Oh, here's Manhattan, Kansas. Kansas State University. There's another name that starts with a C, but I can't see it long enough between the sign that's covering it up. Oh, Council Grove. That's what it's called. I guess that highway's closed for repairs, so they've got to give you a detour. The final year that I was in Iowa, there's two ways to get into Fort Dodge from where Grandma and Grandpa lived, and in the final year, the eastern entrance that Grandpa was more partial to was closed that whole summer while they were rebuilding a bridge on a 2-lane road. We lived south of Fort Dodge on Highway 169, and Grandma was more partial to staying on 169 north of US 20 and going in the west end. Grandpa liked to get on Highway 20 and take that 2-lane back road to the east end. Even though he was backtracking a little bit, he didn't have to fuss with all of the traffic lights on the west end. That and that road took him past the trucking company that he used to work for. Grandpa was a truck driver too, but only later in life. Dad was a truck driver for many years, and Grandpa decided to do it in just the last few years of his working life. And he got a dedicated route. It was called his I route because they would only give him deliveries in Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. And that way he didn't have to be out for too long and could get home more often. So I don't know if they've harvested all the sunflowers or if this just isn't that part of Kansas and they grow sunflowers just in the west end or northern end. I know the northeast part of Colorado along I-76 has a lot of sunflowers as well. Because there's two factors. I mean, all of Kansas is sunny all the time, but you know, you need certain qualities of soil for the plants to get the nutrition they need out of the ground. Flint Hills might just be too rocky for sunflowers. But the farther north you go, the earlier the sunflowers would be done blooming. 77 degrees currently. That ain't bad. That's a little bit warm. McDowell Creek Road. Alright, here's your detour for Dwight and Council Grove. Humboldt Creek Road. And there again, that's another town in Iowa I'm familiar with. It's the next county seat north of Fort Dodge, Iowa. And my grandfather was from the little town of Humboldt, Iowa, in Humboldt County. Clark's Creek Road, Ogden, Kansas. Huh, how about that? Kansas River. I guess if I was a truck driver, I would have to do all of my drinking water after I was done for the day and whatnot. Fort Riley and Marshall Field. Oh, look, they're going to put us on a super tube for 5 miles. Another detour to Council Grove. Now this was really good quality asphalt. The fact that the oil is eroding out of the aggregate, but it's not cracked through. That's how you tell this asphalt was good quality, albeit really old. Because in a lot of states you get this really awful asphalt. And you'll have a surface that in theory is really smooth, but it's broken through after only 4 or 5 years of use. Because it takes many years for asphalt to become gritty like this. And especially when it's gritty, but still a fairly smooth ride. off and get some fuel for the car. Car is thirsty, but I am not. Ooh, Shell. And Phillips 66. Okay. Oh.